Hey everybody, welcome to a special re-review edition of MagicReviewed.com. That's right, we're doing a re-review. This product that I'm about to review, I've already reviewed it. I've written the review. I've done a video review. But in the review, I crossed the line of exposure and I gave away too much. Now, I will say when I did it consciously. It wasn't an accident or anything like that. I did it with the thought that I was justified in doing so because there's so many problems with this product that it's very difficult to explain the problems so that you can make an educated decision without exposing what's going on. But there's been a couple complaints about it, and I've looked at it, and I've taken the feedback that I've gotten from several people, and I'm pretty much the only person who feels I was justified in doing it. And so I'm happy to admit that I was wrong. It happens. I make mistakes, and I shouldn't have done it. And so I apologize, first of all, to the creators. I'm mainly Stephen X. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him other than this product. So I'm going to reshoot the video right now and give you essentially the same review. I'm not changing my rating on the product, but I'm doing this video to replace the other one so that there is no exposure. So the product is Spinnerets. I think I mentioned that a second ago. First thing I want to do is read to you the ad copy. So I'm actually pulling it up on my computer right now, hence the blue glow on my face. Here's what it says. Who says you can't spin webs anytime, anywhere? No more fake bathroom breaks! Exclamation point. Spinnerets are the smallest thread reels in the world. So the ad copy is telling you right now that they're thread reels, and can be spun easily. With spinnerets, you can spun, meaning you can pull the thread out and hook it up. With spinnerets, you can float an enormous variety of objects such as cake, ice cream, meatballs, and much more. I'm telling you right now, that's wrong. That's totally inaccurate. I would even go as far as saying it's a lie. We'll come back to that in a minute. Spinnerets are undetectable from start to finish. Spinnerets eliminate the need to walk around like a marionette, always attached to a string. If the thread breaks, spin another one directly under the spectator's nose. Your hands are always empty. There's nothing to hide or ditch. Powerful new weapon bringing magic to new heights. Okay, spinning a new one under the spectator's nose. We're going to come back to some problems with that statement in a minute as well. Spinnerets have opened new doors for the magic world and you. Spin webs anytime, anywhere, even in the nude. Okay. Well, you can't even technically do them in the nude. I know that's just a thing we say to let you know that you're not hooked up to anything or whatever. That's a common thing we say in the magic world. You can do it naked. So anyway, first of all, it tells you in the ad copy these are reels, that they're the world's smallest reels. That's a true statement. They are probably the world's smallest reels. They're like this big. They're very small. That's about where the ad copy integrity ends, where the positive or the accuracy, that's what I'm looking for, of the ad copy ends. So, first of all, you get a dozen with the DVD. You get a DVD and you get 12 reels for $40. The reels are disposable. They're basically one-time use. And the other catch with the reel is during the use, it starts self-destructing. The way it's designed, it self-destructs during use. So you basically you do your hookup right in front of the spectator, which that's basically true. You can pretty much do that, and pretty much undetected. The method they use is pretty smart, I think. But then the moment you are hooked up, the reel starts to self-destruct. Okay, so it mentions if the thread breaks, spin another one. You can do that, but you have to get another reel. You can't just re-spin with the same reel because the reel is self-destructing. The other thing, this business about floating cake and ice cream, nowhere in the DVD do they talk about that at all. It's not even mentioned at all. The closest thing they come to that is floating a strawberry. The method they give with that, first of all, you have to prepare the strawberry ahead of time. and your preparation, the moment you start your preparation on the strawberry, the reel starts to self-destruct. And the problem is, the way it's taught in the video, you're leaving the strawberry alone in a bowl of strawberries or whatever, and then when the moment is right, you go and float the strawberry. First of all, the way that you float the strawberry is completely impractical, and they don't even talk to you about how to properly anchor the thread when you do it, because the way he does it in the video is just ridiculous. And again, I went into more depth in the original video, and I exposed too much at this point, but I'll just say this. The way that you have to do the strawberry levitation is very impractical and looks ridiculous. It just doesn't work right. It doesn't work at all without it looking like you're clearly doing something ridiculous. Secondly, as I mentioned, the moment you've prepared the strawberry, the reel starts to self-destruct. And so if you have it on a bowl of strawberries and you're going to go away for 10 minutes and come back, you may not even be able to do the trick because the reel may already be gone, or broken or self-destructed. So I thought, well, maybe you could apply this technique to the cake and ice cream thing, but it's ridiculous. I have no idea how you would float cake or ice cream using this technique, and they don't cover it at all in the video. Secondly, so that's cake, that's ice cream, then it says meatballs. Okay, the meatball is the same kind of thing. I mean, if it's on your plate and it's a meatball and you prepare the meatball, first of all, you have to do that in advance. You can't do it in front of them. Secondly, the meatball's going to have the same problem where you're going to cause your reel to self-destruct. And so what do? You prepare the meatball and just let it sit there on your plate for a few minutes, and then I don't know. I just don't know how that would work in a practical sense. So to me, those are just not practical things, and they don't cover them at all. Okay, so what's left? In the trailer, you saw one where he levitates a bottle across like a bridge and from a rock way out there. Okay, he doesn't teach you how to do that in the video. What he does teach is how to do it across a pool table, which is a shorter distance than across the bridge. I don't think that you could even do the across the bridge thing because of how the amount of thread that's in the reel. I don't think there's enough in there to do that. But let's say there is. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt of that. The hookup and everything to do that in the pool, across the pool table is not practical at all. And if his whole thing is you don't want to be walking around like a marionette and then you have to do this elaborate setup to be able to do that, to me it's the exact opposite of what he's claiming you can do with these reels. Secondly, even the shorter distance bottle levitations, they look great on the camera, and maybe I'm retarded, but I could not get the hookup to work. Every time I try, first of all, you have to prepare the bottle. That's another thing. You have to prepare the bottle, which again goes against the sort of impromptu nature he was trying to get at according to the ad copy. So I could not get the bottle to stay hooked up. It just kept falling off. Now, I don't do a lot of thread work, and so maybe I just wasn't doing it right. I don't know. But according to the video, it's super easy, and you just do this and that, and bam, you're hooked up, and it just didn't work. It just kept falling, and it wouldn't work. So, and I had to hurry because my reel was rapidly self-destructing, and so I didn't have much time to continue doing it without having to get another reel in. So, let's take a look at another one, floating cigarette. Okay, first of all, you have to highly gimmick the cigarette, number one. Number two, they don't even fully teach you how to do that in the DVD. They left out a whole chunk of how to do that in the video, to the point that when they cut from the explanation over to the presentation of it, you see how I'm doing the presentation, and you're like, wait a minute, there's a whole piece that you're doing right now that you did not cover in the explanation. Second of all, part of the gimmick requires you, and I covered this in the other video, and I don't think I exposed anything, but I'll try to do it here just a little bit more cautiously. The cigarette, as you see in the trailer, rises out of the pack straight up vertically, and then they cut, and then after the cut, the cigarette is this way, and it's spinning like a helicopter, right? What they don't show in the trailer is that once it rises, you have to grab it, readjust the gimmick, turn it vertically, and then balance it and make sure that it stays properly connected, and then start spinning it. The adjustment required of the gimmick is so blatant and right in front of the audience. It's clear you're doing something totally fishy and not normal, and you can't just do that right in front of the audience. And he never really shows you how to do it in performance. He just walks through it in the presentation. Again, no, that's a big problem. Now, not everything on this DVD is bad. There are some clever hookups that you could just put in your everyday thread work, regardless of whether or not you're using this Spinnerets or not. You can put this in your everyday thread work, and because most people use the same type of hookup that he's doing, he's just doing the hookup on the fly because of the nature of these little mini reels. You're able to do it on the fly. So there's some very, like for example, the page turning one, if you see in the trailer where he caused the page to turn, that's a killer hookup, and I've never seen anything like that, and it's very, very good. And it may be worth buying the DVD just to learn that hookup. Okay, there are several other hookups in the presentation. I'm going to quickly look at the ad copy again to see what other tricks there were. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, there was the sponge ball. The sponge ball is the same kind of deal where you have to prepare the sponge ball ahead of time, but you saw the falling up and the falling down. The hookup on that is actually pretty clever, and in that particular case, the reel will not self-destruct. However, the way you're set up, the thread is always kind of connected to it in a certain way, and so if you're going to have it in your pocket and carry it around, you're going to have the sponge ball in sort of a bundle or a ball of thread sort of loose in your pocket. So that could be an issue, but once you're hooked up to that, it's actually pretty clean and pretty straightforward, and one of the better uses they have on the video. So I think, yeah, that's the main ones I'm going to cover. The other thing is, let's see, hold on, just looking at the notes, sorry. Yeah, okay. So here's the other thing. Some of the many of the hookups, including the page turning one, require that you wear glasses. And so I don't wear glasses, and I wear sunglasses, but it's not exactly normal particularly if you're a strolling magician in a restaurant or something. It's not particularly normal to put on a pair of sunglasses before you do this. And so in order to do those methods where you have to use the glasses, you spin the web, as he says, which you do right in front of the audience, which I'll give him that. It's 99.9% accurate, so I'm going to just call it good. It's accurate. You spin the web in front of the audience, then you put your glasses on, then you do the levitation. If you wear glasses, then you might be able to be fine with that, but it would be a little weird that why are you suddenly putting your glasses on before you levitate? But you could probably come up with a presentation premise for that. You might even be able to do that with sunglasses. You tell people, I'm going to put on my glasses now, my sunglasses now, so I can just focus, and I don't want you to look at my eyes. I want to be able to concentrate, not get distracted. Maybe that's a good, I don't know. So that may be okay, but regardless, the hookup that does use the glasses is a very, very smart hookup. It's very good, very clever, and if you do thread work, again, it might be worth owning the DVD just for that. So I think I've covered everything. The bottom line with this is nowhere near as free as he says it is in the ad copy, as the ad copy says. Most of the effects, you have to gimmick the thing you're floating. Not all of them, and there are some where you don't have to do that. He had the one where you borrow a dollar bill and they put it on the table, or you put it on the table and then it just jumps from the table up to your hand. That one's relatively doable. It does require the glasses, but it is pretty doable. So what you're getting is a reel that is self-destruct. It's disposable. It's basically a one-time use. So if you're going to perform this trick 12 times in one night, you've just exhausted your stash of reels that come with the DVD. Now you can buy another set of 12 for $10. They're $9.99 or $9.95 or whatever. And so if you feel that the disposable nature isn't a problem, then that's fine. Just keep in mind the claims about doing levitating food and those types of things where you have to prepare the food in advance. Once you prepare the food, your reel starts to disappear or self-destruct or whatever at that moment. So beware of that. Anyway, because the DVD was missing information, it didn't fully teach, for example, the cigarette vanish, because of the pardon my French, but the crap about floating ice cream and cake and stuff like that on the ad copy, not covered in the DVD, because of the fact that they are disposable and they don't tell you that in the ad copy, because of the fact that when you gimmick up many of the things that you could levitate, particularly foods, you have a very small window to even get to the levitation because the reel has begun to self-destruct. And on top of that, even if it didn't self-destruct, the actual hookup once you're ready to levitate it is bogus. It just is crap. Because of all those things and so many more, I cannot give this product a good rating, guys. And I'm sorry. It's 1 star, stone status of Rubble. Now, I will say this, and I said this in the other video too, so I haven't changed my stance or anything. If you do thread work and you are looking for some unique and interesting and new hookups, this video might be worth it. Forget the spinnerets. Just some of the stuff he covers on the video, it may be worth it to you to be able to add some of these new hookups to your repertoire, because they are pretty clever and they allow you some interesting maneuvers that you couldn't normally do. So hopefully I've cleared that up, given you guys what you need to know to make an educated decision, and I haven't exposed anything that isn't already written on the ad copy. Hopefully we're good. So again, I apologize for anybody that I've offended by doing that. I was just trying to help you guys make an educated decision. I wasn't trying to, blatantly be like, I'm exposing you. It wasn't like that. It was just, I felt it was needed to let you know whether or not you should spend your money on it. All right, I'm done. I'm rambling. Let us move on to the random iTunes song of the moment. Now, the last Spinnerets video, the random iTunes song was Convoy by Ferlin Husky. So if we get it again, it's a total coincidence. But I just thought I'd point that out because that would be a funny coincidence. But here it is. No, it's not. It's me, Alice Cooper, from the Last Temptation album. Big fan of Alice Cooper. Yeah, I love his voice. I love his music. I just love Alice Cooper. And I love that he's a pro golfer. Or I don't know if he's pro, but you know what I mean. He's a good golfer. Anyway, that's it for this review, folks. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you on the next review, which is actually, man, by the time this one posts, there'll already be another review that's gone live. This week we're doing 2 a day. Every 12 hours a review is being released. So anyway, see you on the next review, folks. Peace and out.